Manpreet Singh Chadha, the only son of liquor and real estate baron Ponty Chadha, joined the business when he was just a mere 19 years old. Today at 37, he handles the whole business empire. He's specially interested in commercial and residential real estate and has been doing a lot of things to change the scenario across Noida. Thank you for joining us, Mr.
My
Chadha.
pleasure, ma'am.
Help us understand where your real estate journey began from.
I think the year was 1998, where Center Stage Mall, which stands today, was up for bidding. And so those were the times where D&D hadn't started yet. And my father saw that this could be an opportunity where South Delhi gets connected to Noida very well, and Noida itself was bustling at that time. You know, not farm real estate. We tied up with a firm which was already into real estate and bidded together for that mall. During the same time, also a mall in Kushambi in Ghaziabad, which we were doing ourselves. Ended up also opening a cinema there because we understood that it being a big footfall driver for the mall and for the retailers. From there, the journey went into, I think, around 2000, 2001. We did a joint project. Again, this has been a group's, instead of going through the learning curve alone, it's better to go with someone who knows the journey. So we tied up with another group and did a housing project in Greater Noida, which gave us a little bit more comfort on being able to build malls, then housing. And then we started off with Wave City in Ghaziabad, Wave Estate, Mohali. This project right here, where we stand today, Wave City Centre, and 2 projects in Sector 18.
What do you as a person bring to the real estate business?
We have obviously, a bunch of professionals who get their own specialized skills into the business. For me, it was a journey taking the business into tech, meaning that, for example, in our software which runs the projects, today we can capture data right from the site level. We know the journey was about 30 days to know how much your project is done. Today we can do it about 1 week. Okay. With technology. Yeah. We've got SAP running most of the enterprise side. In 2007, we were the ones who introduced Smart City to India, tying up with the IBM. Today we have an operational city in Wave City. This one as well is going to be, so it's all fiber to home. Yeah. We've launched a city app where residents can also soon start paying their bills, get service requests. And the unique thing that we built is today, there is a problem that someone does some work in your house, you're not satisfied, but the workman leaves. So here, the OTP, so to close the ticket will come from the customer. Okay. Till he's not satisfied, we cannot close the ticket. Right. So getting these kind of things and getting the group ready for the 21st century to be able to harness data and to work from big data analysis.
Your father and your grandfather were both involved in the business, right? Would you like to tell us something about how it started?
So obviously the mainstay was liquor, which was started by my great-grandfather in the year 1952. We were basically a refugee family, so it took 5 to 7 years to settle down. And 52, the journey started in liquor. In 60s, we were in small-scale sugar. 70s and 80s were mainly liquor. 90s, we diversified into paper, then sugar, and then real estate. In this journey, I was the one who was kept from day one into the expansion side of the business, so the non-liquor side, non-traditional or legacy business, so to say. Right. So I have been, I started my career in sugar, then came in for malls and multiplexes. From therein, I've come into to real estate. So it's been a journey that I've grown up, but taking care of the expansion.
So help me understand, what is your group's USP?
I think to stand by a word, to apologize where we are wrong, and to compensate, in a way that it doesn't hurt us too much as well. Yeah. And to be able to deliver what we show. I mean, everything that you see here, ma'am, every sample apartment that was built, we have tried our best to outdo it. Okay. How do you do that? I mean, if I pay 100, do I get more than 100? So the way of doing that, ma'am, is that because today, suppose under construction, we are about 11 million square feet across our projects. This brings in economies of scale. We have standardized a lot of so we took a lot of inspiration from the auto industry, where they standardized, and so DFMA, which is Design for Manufacturing and Assembly, is what we're trying to follow. Once we followed that, we were able to, for example, for small things like CP fittings or fittings inside the bathrooms, we could work with the manufacturers and work with a single order for a lot of projects. So doing this, bringing those economies of scale by value engineering is how we end up trying to give you 110 for 100.
So how competitive are your projects in the market?
Ma'am, we always tried that rather than being in the rat race of competition, do something which lifts you off that mark.
Sure,
you know.
sure.
Starting from the project where you're standing today, Wave City Center, these shops that you see around were, I mean, they were designed by SOM, the whole project. The base was that today, one of the highest things that eats into the profits of retailers are the CAM charges. Because of electricity not in our control, the prices, manpower cost is going up.
Sure.
So here, where a normal mall charges about 40 rupees a square feet, we're going to charge about 8 rupees a square feet. We're giving obviously more area, so more bang for your buck, and a better chance to earn way more money per square feet for a retailer than he would earn anywhere else.
How do you manage that?
Work with world-class consultants.
Okay.
SOM being the top 5 firms in the world, we work with them. Then on energy costs and working on structural costs, we work with AECOM, which is a Fortune 500 company, today the largest company, consultancy company in the world. So we work with them. So it was not about pinching pennies on the best minds. So it is we believe that if you spend enough and you get the right minds in place, you end up saving way more, not for your own self, but the regular running, because after you deliver a project, there is somebody who's going to live there, and there's going to be a rimming cost to it, which you have to reduce. You cannot be away from your customers.
Right. What do you, as Manpreet Singh, bring to the business?
I think I make sure that I am kind of the person who comes up with food for thought for everyone. Because not involved into the day-to-day operations, I look out so if I travel globally, or if we read intensively, I keep on coming up with ways that how we could save operational costs for the customers, how we could enhance our capabilities to reduce cost. So DFMA, which I talked to you about, getting technology in time. So getting information on time is half the work done. So you can make it better. So pushing on that, how can we make business work at the speed of thought?
So you have taken the bird's eye view, and you see everything happening, and you intervene there, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Now let me understand what you as a person are. What is your typical day like?
Typical day, so I wake up around 5:30 in the morning, work out. It's also the only half an hour a day I get with my children, because by the time I'm back, they're already asleep. So that's half an hour family time. Beyond that, it's either an office or meeting people for networking, for obviously the benefit of the business. Some passion that I think for me, because it started in sugar, so agriculture was always a passion, and to give back, because that was the place I really started off from.
Okay.
Taking that forward, I worked a lot on how could we increase farmer incomes in our sugar area. Very glad to say this, we rose it by 40% in 3 years, because we did potato planting along with sugar. Again, this is innovative in India, where in the same acreage we planted potatoes in the middle, and because of the sugar crop was planted at a separate distance, it gave more revenue, and the potatoes also gave more revenue, and we're taking that forward into a potato processing business.
Right.
And so agriculture, I think, would be, in my pastime, if you ask me, would be that how to make agriculture practices better.
Okay.
That also lends in, once, so it's kind of connected. So when we started seeing that in agriculture today, there are drones available, we can do multi-spectrum photographs. We also realized that this Wave City, being a 4,000-acre city, which we have to manage, cannot be managed by us, because we don't have tax dollars. So we are now in talks with DGCA for a license to deploy drones for security.
Okay.
So it kind of, for me, everything blends into each other. And
so do you do the same with your construction workforce as well? What you've worked with the farmers, are you doing something for your construction workforce?
So now that we've done a lot, we have started. There is a company which belongs to us, which is doing a lot of construction. We've now started understanding that now, for example, in Wave City, we are building better labor camps. We are right now, for example, have teachers that come and teach their kids. We never allow kids on the site. We do regular camps, medical camps for them.
So what is your success mantra?
I think it starts from what my father always taught me, is that it's a bit of a copy, it may seem like, but do no evil. It's Google, obviously. And another was profits through honesty. Not just getting profits for the sake of it. One of the examples was this project itself, which was 152 acres when we took it. But as you may have heard, we had the issues with the Okla Bird Sanctuary, which really disturbed the Noida market for close to 6 or 7 months. We had an incident in my family as well that obviously, shook confidence in the, it was likely that it shook confidence. It took us some time to come back. Then obviously the downturn, which unexpectedly hit everybody. In that, we took the decision that, okay, maybe this project now in the current market scenario should not be 150 acres. So it was not about expecting extra profits or expecting more revenues. It was more about that our first criteria is to deliver to the people who bought with us. So it does not matter if you let go of 110 acres. I mean, there's another day, right? You always live. So we will live another day and make another 110 acre project. But the main intention was to deliver this, and we're well on our way to do that, and we are very proud that we took that decision. So it's hard knocks and harsh decisions are, I think, core for us.
And coming back stronger from that.
We'll try our best. Yes.
Thank you.